This was an explosive way to start off a new volume, and boy, I tell you, by the end of it, we've met two new deadly behemoths.
Toriko, Gourmet number 89, Teppei the Reviver.
Oh boy, it's getting good. Well, hello, my brothers and sisters and gourmet hunters and gourmet revivers of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, here to bring you another review on the awesome and impactful and just fucking fabulous title of Toriko. Now, our last chapter, of course, saw us with Toriko and Tommy's fight, at least for that portion of it, looking like it came to a finish. Toriko did a number of moves to Tommy, as well as there's a number of things. They're both missing arms, they're just bloodied, they're beaten. Even Tommy in his hulked up form, they both just look like dilapidated and like they've gone 10 rounds or 20 rounds and are done, you know. But that's how the Teppei appeared at the beginning of it, or at the end of it, excuse me, at the end of the chapter, and that's how things left off. That's what I meant to say. And things pick up right there. And actually, we dove right into, we're going into volume 11 over here. So that was the last chapter of volume 10 was the, of course, the last one that we did. I believe 88, chapter 88. So things left off there. Things pick up right where they left off, and it's actually pretty cool. You see that Teppei, this whole chapter it's called Teppei the Reviver, and at first when he appears, or he's seen, and he goes and Tommy's like, "Oh, you," and he just knows who he is, right? And he's just like, "Are you here to take us down?" and this and that, and Teppei doesn't say anything at first, you know, and Tommy's just thinking in his mind back to when some of his insects got taken out, and he knew it was like a master level person that was able to actually knock these things out and everything else. Their capture levels were in the 30s, I believe. They're pretty decent. And he knew that it had to be somebody like next level to take him out. So this guy is obviously highly regarded or hated, loathed, whatever you want to say. He's known amongst the gourmet world, right? And it's pretty cool to see. But I like how he doesn't say shit for a while, and Tommy's like, "Aren't you gonna say something?" And I like this quote over here. He said, what does he say? He goes, "The more you say, the less weight the words have, until they become so light they float off into thin air." And I like that. I like that saying, and then coming from somebody who probably talks too much, it's. But still, it was pretty cool, and it made a lot of sense. And Match and Boogie, or I'm sorry, Boogie and Barry have now kind of recovered, and they're standing on, you know, looking around. Oh my God, they know him. And then it even says right in here, Teppei's related to Knocking Master Jiro. So that actually was pretty cool to see over here. So then he goes and he's like, you know what? He's like, if you get in my way, I'll take you down. And of course, Tommy still wants to come at him and everything else. So what he winds up doing is he has this, what does he call this? Impact knocking. And what I liked about this, and I'm going to flip through and show a few of the pages here. I like the impact knocking. It's boom, medium, right? And anybody who's ever cooked, you know, you got rare, you got medium rare, you got medium well, and you got well done, right? And so it's kind of funny because he kind of goes and hits him with that medium, you know. And then he goes and he's like, man, you got all these, you know, ganglions, these nerve clusters that are similar to an insect's, so I have to go deeper, you know, into your gut or into your stomach. So then he goes and boom, he hits him with it again, right? His knock, he's boom, well done! He hits him with that, and actually goes and paralyzes Tommy, and Tommy's sitting there like, oh, fuck, you know, now I can't move, I got nothing left, right? So he goes and unleashes his holy terror, his last resort, right? His, you know, that whatever the hell that thing was that was trying to come out of his mouth when Toriko first went and hit him like 10 chapters ago. So he winds up going and barfing out this thing, man, and letting it come out. And everybody's freaking out, even Boogie and Barry, right? Because they know that's some next level shit they don't want to mess with. This is the Parasite Emperor insect, capture level 81, and that's just estimated. This thing is fucking crazy. It's like a scorpion and a spider, and it's got all kinds of crazy stuff, man. We see that it's got this sub-zero freezing breath. It's got this, like, napalm shit that it can fly out. It's probably got poison with its stingers. It can, you know, it has a scorpion sting. It has, like, a spider's thread. Just absolutely insane. And this is what he was going and then it explains that it takes a lot of, the majority of Tommy's energy just to keep this thing from actually spawning, from hatching, right? What this is basically, this is like the trailer trash inbred, like, insect of the world, right? This is like the type of insect, because it's wound up it's been bred and evolved over like hundreds and thousands of various types of insects, you know, being hatched. And it's kind of like an amalgamation of all those things put together, and then he's just sort of like birthed, you know, from evil and fucking spite and hatred and whatever else Tommy's got hiding in there, you know. So maybe a dildo, I don't know. But anyway, very cool. I mean, we wind up seeing this thing, and it's just it's neat because we haven't seen anything really that badass in a little while. In several chapters, it's been mostly these one-on-one battles and whatnot, you know, Toriko against Tommy and those sort of things. So we haven't gotten a chance to see, and really the Tundra Dragon, which I thought was going to be cool, wound up being a big letdown because obviously it left us hanging several volumes ago, and then in the next one we find out that the thing's been dead, and then Tommy comes popping out of it, but you never got to really see that in action, and I love dragons, you know. So anyway, I love this though. We get so as this thing starts jumping around, and obviously Teppei is going to go and he's going to dodge it, he's going to move, he's going to whatever, and even Match is kind of freaking about this thing. Whoa, this thing is next level. It's insane, you know. Tommy's like got nothing left, and he basically looks like he just goes and passes out or whatever. I mean, remember, he's missing a freaking arm. He's been beaten and stabbed and everything else, just as Toriko has. And we don't even see Toriko really much this chapter. I don't know, maybe there's a glancing picture of him in the background, but for the most part, he's foobarred, fucked up beyond all recognition. And so anyway, so as the chapter you know, winds on and what have you, we have Boogie and Barry, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna get out of here. What the fuck? So they get a call from headquarters from you, Y-U-U, that guy, not you, Y-O-U, not you, you, yo, you. Anyways, so they get a call from him saying, hey, you know, pack it up, shit's over, you know, get going, right? And they're like, you don't gotta tell us twice, and they go to take off. And I'm thinking, man, no honor amongst thieves, you know? I mean, what a bunch of scumfucks. And don't get me wrong, Tommy was willing to let them go and die before and was going to kill them themselves just because they didn't accomplish their mission or what have you. They weren't strong enough, you know, in their battles against Match and Takamaru. And Takamaru's another one we haven't seen in a while either, so I hope he's not dead. But anyway, the point being is that they go and they want to take off, right? And Teppei's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And they're like, you think we're going to get stuck in your battle with this Parasite Emperor? Fuck no, man. We're Audi 5000, right? Or Audi 9000, whatever the hell they say. And so that they go and they go to take off or whatever. And then what I love is you get two real like moments in this chapter, which I thought were pretty cool. And so this moment or whatever, after they get their thing, boom, all of a sudden the Hellboros appears, right? Capture level 72, and it's a reptile. But if you remember, the Hellboros was the thing that was frozen in the Gourmet case, which is now breaking down or getting melted down or whatever. And this thing was like the king of the Ice Hell continent, you know. So, and it's been frozen for God knows how many years, 100, 200, whatever. But the point is now it's free, it's on the loose. So now this son of a bitch is there, right? And I'm just thinking, oh man, it's getting good. And then we get the last page over here. We wind up seeing down, you know, kind of looking down at the bottom there where Teppei was with Komatsu before, and we just see like several panels over here zoomed in, and then eventually Komatsu, and it looks like he's bleeding from the mouth and nose and whatnot. Does not look very good over there. And that's how the chapter ends off over here. So we've got the Hellboros and the Parasite Emperor, and I'm assuming probably going to wind up squaring off. Either that or they're just going to be pissed and start trying to take everybody out. Toriko is, like I said, he's completely foobarred. Tommy is knocked out. Barry's a worthless piece of shit. We know that. We know that so is Boogie and whatnot. They were going to go and take off over here. Teppei, though, looks like some hardcore shit, man. He got his pompadour kicking, man. He's looking good. And what got me is that the Guourmet Corp, they stood up and noticed him, okay? So obviously this is a guy that, love him or hate him, he's somebody who's not to be trifled with. People know that he's got strength. People know that he's got power. And love him or hate him, they at least respect that enough to go, whoa, Teppei. So it's kind of cool because this guy, up until now, to me, I was always just kind of like, all right, whatever. He's some freelance tree-hugging hippie that's running around trying to go, and he's Greenpeace, save the world, that type of shit, you know, one plant at a time, one animal at a time. But now I have a different, like, a newfound thought process and respect when it comes to him. So, and I hope that we find out a little more about him as the chapters go on. So, that's how the chapter leaves off, though. Komatsu looks like he's dead. We haven't seen Toriko, and these two freaking behemoths are just here. So, very cool stuff. My chapter question for you, though, brothers and sisters, is out of the Hellboros and of course, the Parasite Emperor, which one would you fear more? If you had to go up against one of them, you're super powered, you're jacked up, you're Toriko, you're whatever, right? You're Coco, you're Zebra, you're, you know, whoever it is that you want to be, right? You're fucking Superman, whatever. Who would you want to have to face off against, though? You have to choose one. You can't say neither, I'd like to run, or whatever, because that's probably what we'd all choose if that was given the choice. But given a choice, which one of these two just behemoths that we see now, and are drawn very cool, by the way, too, would you choose to fight? Which one would you think would be the lesser of two evils? Or maybe you're a person who's like, fuck it, that one looks strong, I'm gonna go for him, you know? So anyway, let me know what your answer to that question is in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you should think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look forward to catching all of you in the next Fun Nation.
Ass, 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 ass. Hey, subscribe to my other channels and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram too if you love that ass.